Okay, so I'm Amy Pischke. I'm a stress and energy coach who works with women business owners to gain more energy and deal with stress in their lives. So they basically have like a stress-free business that they really enjoy, love every single day, regardless of what's going on around them. And I'm with Jessi Wagner today, who is, I actually don't know what exactly, independent consultant for Arbonne. And she will talk a little bit more about that and how that is related to stress and energy. And I'm really happy to have you here with me. We always have really good conversations.
We do. We've already gone into it a little bit before the camera came on, so I love that, and thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Yeah, so okay, tell me about how you got started in Arbonne to begin with and what Arbonne is.
Perfect. So it's been...
You look at me.
It's been about 3.5 years. When I first heard about Arbonne, my words to my sponsor were, I don't want your diet crap. I am somebody who has done every single fad diet, counting calories, counting portions, measuring. I even got hypnotized to lose weight once. So when I tell you that I have done every single thing you can imagine to lose weight, I've done it all. And after I got married, I told myself I was refusing to put all of those really bad things in my body. There's a really significant cancer history in my family, so I was really looking for more natural products. I was becoming a little bit more aware of what's going in my body and on my body. So I didn't want to use diet pills anymore. I knew it was bad, but what happens when you destroy your body with diet pills is you gain a ton of weight as soon as you stop. Oh yeah, I took tons of diet pills up until I got married, so almost 4 years ago. Literally lived off them. Tried every single one that came out, and but so when I stopped, I just blew up. Like, I was eating the same, nothing changed, but like I just blew up. Like, my body didn't know how to handle food without taking a pill to burn fat. So that's what happened, and I was really trying and failing to do something to just diet and exercise, and it wasn't working for me. So anyways, fast forward, I told her I don't want her diet crap, but I let her come over anyways to talk to me about Arbonne because I'm a good friend. And that's when I learned about our Pure, Safe, and Beneficial promise. So Arbonne's philosophy is pure, safe, and beneficial. So speaking to the nutrition products, none of these are anything you're going to buy at the drugstore, magic pill, lose weight. Taking all of those, don't want those. The products are designed to get your body healthy, and then weight loss is a side effect of that, as opposed to trying to lose weight to get healthy. We focus on getting healthy to lose weight. So we'll talk a little bit more about that, but that really changed my perspective of, diet products. So I said I was going to sign up for this discount, get 35% off. That's when I found out they had skincare and cosmetics. And I said, that's perfect. I love the idea of natural everything. I'm going to sign up for 35% discount. I had zero interest in selling it. I was teaching full-time. I had another part-time job. I was in grad school full-time. But I started telling my friends and family about the products I was using, and everybody wanted them. So people started buying them from me, and I realized it could be a really lucrative business for me. But also I just became so passionate about sharing with people the importance of knowing what's going in and on your body and why to use safe products, and the mission behind Arbonne, which is healthy in and out. So that's where I got started, and it's why I'm going where I'm going.
So I knew part of that because we've talked a lot before, and we're in same networking groups and stuff, but I didn't know about the diet pills and stuff, and I didn't know that could happen either. Like, if you get off it, your body's like, oh, like, now what?
And so that's actually a question I get a lot about our program. They'll say, so what happens when I stop? And what's magical about learning how to eat the right way is nothing happens. You continue to lose weight and you continue to be healthy. Exactly. And so I might be jumping ahead a little bit, but so with our program, people lose weight by decreasing toxins. And when you do that, when you cleanse your body of toxins, what happens is, so let me back up. If you lose weight through diet and exercise, we've all done that, know how to do it. If you don't cleanse your body of toxins, your ratio of toxins to body is a lot higher than it was before. So your body becomes on toxic overload. Your organs, your elimination organs, they can't function the way that they're supposed to, and that's why you put fat on. So what happens when you cleanse first, when you get rid of all of that crap, weight loss is just like naturally going to happen, and then your body functions the way that it's supposed to. And so after we cleanse, we focus on an 80-20 lifestyle. So 80% clean, 20% splurging a little. And what happens is when your body can function at its best, you can eat a cheeseburger without gaining 5 pounds. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's such a difference between, like, okay, these are the pills, like, and that's funny that people ask you that all the time, like, what happens afterwards?
Because
like,
obviously
it's not pills,
right? Exactly.
It's not like what you're used to. If the doctor gives you something and then you have all these side effects. It's you're eating naturally and like how you're supposed to. It's just good for you.
Exactly.
Like, good things gonna happen. Not you have these side effects now because you're eating a lot of like fruit and vegetables,
right?
That are like natural, clean products.
Yes, and it's not a Band-Aid. So I'm sure that you understand. Like people want to get 5-hour energy drinks instead of fixing why they don't have energy, you know? And so, and I talk about that all the time. Mm-hmm. I also work as mental health and drug and alcohol therapist. So for me, a lot of things I talk about, you know, mentally, mental health wise, but also like nutrition wise, and also even skincare, like it's all the same thing. Like it's so much easier to prevent a problem than it is to try to fix it and slap a Band-Aid on it. So people with dark circles come to me and they want concealer, and I'm like, use eye cream to get rid of your dark circles so you don't have to cover them up. And so it's kind of just all the same thing. So instead of taking diet pills to, you know, make your body lose weight, let's talk about like having healthy eating habits. Also, let's work a little bit on your mind frame, because 99% of the time, weight has a lot more to do, in my opinion, with your mental habits than it is even what you're eating, because you know, we could get into that forever.
Oh, yeah, that could be a whole other.
Yeah, but so for me, like, it's important. Right, exactly. And that's something that I still struggle with from years and years of doing this yo-yo dieting crap. It's something that I still have to deal with. And there's times that I get off track for a while and I have to bring myself back. But it's easier knowing how to do it the right way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like how you brought that up. Like, it's not, instead of putting a Band-Aid on it, which might seem easier at first.
Exactly, and that's the
you're
thing.
You're dealing with it, like, forever. Like, oh, I'll just take this pill, and then, like, immediately I feel better. Mm-hmm. But then that keeps, like, that toxicity keeps building up, or, like, other symptoms start appearing, or all of a sudden, like, you seem fine, and your body, like, one day is like, nope, that's it. Mm-hmm. Like, and I think that's kind of what happened with me, because I had adrenal fatigue.
Yes.
And it's like, I was fine. And then all of a sudden, like, nope, tired, you can't do this anymore.
Right, your body.
Like, a lot of things. Like, after a while, like, it's like, that's why it seems like so many people are like, oh, then I got this age and everything fell apart just because I'm old. Like, no, it's because you've been living your whole life
all the time. Thank you so much.
You're living your whole life that way.
Yes.
And then one day your body's like, okay, that's enough. Like, I've been handling it, no more.
Yes, and that's what I tell people all the time. I love that you said that, because people think, oh, I'm old, this is just what's supposed to happen.
Everyone says that. I'm like, nope.
I just get headaches. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm just tired. I just have joint pain. Like, there are so many things that can be healed through proper nutrition. And I'm not saying Arbonne has a magic shake where drink this shake and you're going to be healed. What Arbonne's doing is giving you the nutrients that you need, helping cleanse your body so that it can function at its best, and teaching healthy habits. And that's a huge thing too. Yes, like there are programs that you count calories and measure your portions and count your macros and all those things. Those are great because they'll work, but no one wants to do that forever. Mm-hmm. Like, we teach something that's an easily sustainable lifestyle. And that is the point, because when you go out into the real world and like you don't have your containers anymore, whatever it is, you have to be able to function and still eat healthy and not be obsessive about it. That's a huge part of it.
And true, exactly. And you were like right on the same path with that, because as a health coach, that's the whole point, is like, how can we make these habits become part of your lifestyle? So for me, into how do you create like a stress-free life? Like, even if nothing else in your life changes, how can you feel stress-free and energized and have that energy and keep that long-lasting and sustainable, instead of just like, oh, like, I went to yoga today, I felt good, now I'm back, I'm like, I don't.
Yes, exactly. It's like a better baseline is kind of what I always say. Like, when you can teach yourself how to have healthier habits, healthy mental habits, and all of those things, like, when the stress hits you, you can handle it a lot better instead of just walking away from it. Like, yes, I love yoga. You know that I love yoga.
But it's really good. If you make it part of that lifestyle and you keep, along with a lot of other things.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like, doing yoga, if you're not changing anything else and not applying the skills that you learn in yoga, Adrian from Yoga with Adrian always says, like, take what you learn on the mat, off the mat, and, some of those things. But it's kind of off topic. Yeah. But if you're just doing that to put a Band-Aid on it and just distract yourself from the stress for an hour, that's only going to help you in that hour.
Exactly,
You have to be.
That's true, It's like if you think, like, okay, I'm going to go to yoga, so that's when I'll deal with the stress. And then you go right back to your lifestyle that's crazy and hectic, and you're not getting, like, the root of the problem.
Exactly.
And the yoga is just the Band-Aid.
Yes.
If it's a
better Band-Aid than
it's a good option, and it's helpful. But,
right.
if you're not dealing with, like, that main core issue and, like, all those things that are stressing you out, then it's not going to overall help you. But if you tackle that and add yoga, then yoga's, like, awesome. Like, that's such a wonderful thing, and I love it.
Right.
But, like, it's going to, like, complement it and do so much better if you're, like, addressing the root of the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, like how you said, so, like, with, like, counting programs, Weight Watchers, or whatever any of those are, and you get obsessive about it, and, like, maybe those things work, and they have worked for a lot of people, but then, like, that's stressful in itself. Like, you're trying to keep up with that thing.
Exactly.
Like, well, I have to, like, write this down, like, then you feel like you're bad if you eat something that's like, oh, like, I had cake now, like, I can't eat anything more, like, I went over my point limit. Like, those things are all stressful.
And so for me, which I know a lot of other people have done, when I'm doing something like that, the second you stop, the second you eat that piece of cake and you went over, you're like, well, forget it now. I might as well just eat everything else because I already screwed up. And the next day, you feel like crap, so you might as well eat more. Who cares? And it becomes this, like, cycle that's so hard to stop. Whereas, like, now, like, when it's a celebration, somebody's birthday, like, sure, I don't really like cakes. That's a bad example for me. But so, like, I like cookies. So, like, on Christmas, and I'll have a cookie. But, like, I don't need to eat 20 cookies just because it's a cheat day. I'm going to eat everything in the world, because that's never, it's just not good for your mind or your body.
And that's, like you were saying, it's a cycle. Like, you start getting into that habit then. Like,
yes.
Either, like, okay, well, I ruined it, so now whatever, I'm just going to go ahead and binge all day and I'll get back onto it tomorrow. Or, like, it's a cheat day, so I'm just going to go crazy and, like, eat everything. That becomes a habit, so.
And that one cheat day doesn't really become a day, because the next day you feel crappy and you don't care anymore. And the foods that you put on your body are really affecting your mind also. Put in your body are really affecting your mind also, so they make you less motivated, not caring so much. We know how crazy addictive sugar is. So literally, you put that one cookie in your mouth, you want another one. And the next day, even, you still want more sugar and carbs. Like, it's so hard to, and it's not even your fault. Like, it's not like you can, like, you literally can't control it. It's physical craving. So, the only way to not do it is to not have those cravings, is to not eat it. And that's another really important part of cleansing, is getting rid of all of that crap eliminates those cravings, because they're not in your system anymore. I
was surprised, when I got off sugar, like, when I had adrenal fatigue, I did a paleo diet, no sugar whatsoever, and, like, I did it, and it was, like, really serious, and, like, I don't believe in being, like, super deprivation, like, mindset based, but, like, at that time, like, I was really serious about it and knew it wasn't good for my adrenal gland, so I went completely off sugar. But once you are off of it, it's, like, you do have to do it for, like, a certain amount of time, but, like, once you're off it, you don't crave it like you used to. Like, it's crazy. And even now, like, when I do eat something sweet, like,
doesn't taste the same.
It's either way too much, or, like, I don't need nearly as much. I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hear people say that all the time, that they just, like, don't have the cravings that they had anymore, or just don't want, like, once they eat it, they just don't even want it. We have a body cleanse that it's funny, because a lot of people in the beginning don't like the taste of it. And it gets better throughout the week, because the more acidic your body is, the worse it tastes. So your body wants that sweet, sugary stuff. Yeah, so when you're really acidic, which is very easy, it's hard to get to an alkaline state, which we can talk more about that. But when your body's really acidic, stuff doesn't taste good. So you reach for things that are full of sugar and packed with flavor and different stuff like that. Some people crave, like, spicy things, because you need, a lot of flavor to taste good for your body, because you're too acidic. I was going to say something else about that, but now I can't remember.
Well, I think, too, it's like your body does know what it needs. And, like, but it just, like, with our sugar, like, addiction, it just throws everything off. So you just, like, want sugar. But once you get back to that, like, baseline where you're like, okay, you're not craving sugar anymore. Your body starts to eat like the things that it needs. Like I used to hate like things that I would have thought like were so weird before, like seaweed or something, and now I like love it. I like that taste. And I kind of crave that taste once in a while. And it is like a very unique, weird taste, but it's like your body does need it and like knows what it needs. Mm-hmm. And so it does. You get back to like a natural state.
Yes, exactly. I love that.
Yeah, we could go on forever about this. But so okay, you got into Arbonne then because of cancer history in your family. Were you already interested in like natural products and like healthy natural eating and stuff?
Yeah, so obviously I've like dieted my whole life, but I had a very skewed perception of what dieting is. I used to pour Splenda into my drinks, and you know, actually when I got hypnotized, this is so messed up. So
I kind of wanted to ask
so when I got hypnotized to lose weight, it was in September, and I lost a lot of weight, and it was crazy because I literally, like, the hypnosis works. Like, I think if anybody's, like, smoking cigarettes or something like that, like, you should go to hypnosis because it works. But what they taught you wasn't healthy. So they were like, you can't eat any white bread, no white pasta, whatever, but, like, wheat pasta, wheat bread is okay, which, like, I have lots of feelings about gluten. That's another topic. But they said you need to get a certain amount of liquid in a day. It doesn't have to be water. Can be diet pop. Can be coffee, black coffee. And so they were all about low sugar, which makes a lot of sense because, you know, because your body burns sugar first. So if you have too much sugar, you can't burn fat, whatever. There's a whole, you know, the whole thing about that too. But so, so they would say get stuff with like no sugar, but artificial sugar is fine. So I remember, like, there were times where I would be, like, so hungry and I would binge eat wheat toast with Splenda spray butter. You know what I mean? Spray butter? Spray butter, Splenda, and cinnamon. Because it's, like, cinnamon,
I really think these are all healthy
cinnamon sugar toast. And, like, I thought I was, like, I would eat way too much of it. But, like, I thought I was, like, doing okay. Like, what was in that wheat bread? What was in that Splenda? What was in that spray butter? The cinnamon was good, I'm sure. But, like, those are not healthy. Those are not healthy habits to teach somebody. So that, I hope that maybe, I mean, this was years ago, so I hope that maybe that changed. But I did lose weight because I was restricting a lot of things. So I still wasn't eating fried foods. I wasn't eating, you know, junk food. So it was healthier than some things, but not really. It was enough to lose weight because you're at a calorie deficit. But again, you can lose weight by being in a calorie deficit, but you're not cleansing your body. And then what happened was I woke up on New Year's Day. I'll just say I was still feeling the effects from the night before, and I ate one cookie. And that was the first thing that I had since September. Like the first non-hypnosis approved thing. So like nothing. And in that week, I had French fries, I had chicken fingers, I had pizza, I had everything. Like my brain just like switched.
Whoa!
It was really
That's
crazy.
so weird.
Yeah, from like that's what happened from the work. So your mind's very powerful, but so hypnosis, like I said, that's why I would really encourage hypnosis for like smoking cigarettes, because if you just don't smoke, then that won't happen to you. But
there's so many ways to go about like losing weight. But like if you want to stop smoking, you stop smoking. Like,
right? Like you can't, because it's very. I mean, and
unless they were like, oh, you're gonna start eating now instead of smoking. Like if.
Right, and so you can't, and that's crazy. Like you don't need cigarettes, like you need food, and so I think that's like, I think people. So as a drug and alcohol therapist, I relate a lot. I've never been addicted to drugs, but I've been addicted to food.
Yeah,
and in a lot of ways, it's the same. Mm-hmm. And people, I think people have a hard time hearing that because, especially with like the opioid epidemic, which I am more than empathetic to, like I understand that, but I think if you do understand that, you can see how.
Okay, so Jessi and I filled up a whole card of when we were talking in our first part of the interview, because we talked for about an hour and we had no idea.
You guys like 10 minutes.
Really into this. So basically, what we wanted to finish on is just I think Arbonne's like a really great company because it does help you clear out your entire body and start from like how I like to think of it is like stripping it all down and like building a healthy foundation and focusing on like getting to the root of things, and then you can build it back up from there. And that's like how my philosophy is with my coaching as well.
Preventative versus reactive.
Yeah, and what you had said before in our first long interview was that is it healing inside and out, or
a healthy living in and out?
Healthy living in and out, and I love that. And then, so,
but I kind of like healing.
Healing,
and then healthy living after you're healed.
Do we want to mention anything else? Like we had like
we totally go much. I don't even know what's on there. Basically, we just preventative versus reactive is a really big thing for me, and everything we're putting on our body is just as important as what's going into our bodies. And that's really
and that like every little bit counts. I don't know if that was a really good thing that we ended on that I don't think we mentioned that is probably cut off.
Just to like not to be obsessive about it, because it's very easy to become obsessed once you start knowing what's really in your products, in the foods that you're eating. It's very easy to become obsessed, but our whole point is to not be obsessive about it, because that's not healthy for your mind.
And that's another form of stress as well.
Yes, exactly. So just reminding yourself always that every little good choice does matter. It doesn't matter if you had 25 cookies, if you chose not to eat number 26, like that was a better choice. So just stuff like that.
So like, we were saying like every little small choice, like these all add up. The analogy I like to think of is if you're sitting on 5 pins and you take one away, like you're not going to notice much of a difference. But if you take all 5 pins away, you're definitely going to notice a difference.
Yes,
so like,
I love that.
But using good healthy products that have natural ingredients and no chemicals, and the foods that we choose to eat, no organics, pesticides, even if you think that they're just trace amounts, all those little things add up. So it's about making like the small choices we can. And like being happy about that and feeling good about making those choices, but not being obsessed so you like feel like you can't go outside because it's polluted outside and you can't do this or that.
Yourself
like,
when you do make a mistake or whatever it is, and exactly.
Oh, so we said that like you make these little choices and like they'll all add up. The little choices all add up, and it'll make your body more resilient, so you can handle all the other things that come your way, or the toxins, or the other stressors.
You can't eliminate all of the stressors, but you can definitely control how you respond to them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not, don't get like carried away with exercising or dieting or getting rid of every single toxin, but like making the little choices that you can and having those add up. So I think Arbonne's a great way to. This is like, I think what I think is really cool about Arbonne is like, it's a company that like, they've done all the work for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes like, I'll be at like the store like looking like,
I can just
wait, like this has this, this says it's natural, but like, wait, these things look like chemicals, like I don't understand.
You don't really, it's hard
and then like,
to
cause you start like looking at stuff, I'm like, I don't know. So I like Arbonne, like that's because their standards are like way higher than like the US's.
Yes.
Like,
exactly.
regulations on things. So like that, you can just like, you can just go to it and be like, this is a healthy choice for me. I'm gonna like pick it. And there's a million like really good products.
Exactly. Yes, I love that. Yes. Thank you. I just want to also reiterate about how we're talking about. I'm not sure if this is in the first one enough or not, but just the focus on. I love that you focus on women business owners, because a lot of times, especially as women, we think that there's too many responsibilities, that there is no choice except to stress. There is no choice except to eat fast food or whatever it is, but you always have a choice, and there's always a way to manage that and make it better and use healthy coping skills and purposeful relaxation and all of that. So I think it's just that like you obviously are understanding of everybody's situation, but know that there is a better way and there is something that you can do to make it better, and it feels helpless. I know, I promise, I get it, but like we said, you might not be able to quit your job, but there's ways to work around all those other pieces to make the whole experience not so stressful.
Yeah, that's right. We were talking about that. We talked about so many good things in that first video.
No, let's back in there.
That's such a good point though, because exactly. If you can't change like maybe one thing that you think that's the source of all my stress, like no, there's a lot of like sources of stress. There's a lot of things draining your energy. So focus on like everything, and you can change your mindset. So even in the thing that you feel is most stressful, your kids or your work, you can change that mindset to have peace like while you're in those settings. And so it absolutely is possible to have balance and to find freedom in your day and to have like that sense of peace all the time, no matter what's going on around you. Like it is possible.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, and it's this
and it's work, but it's possible.
Yeah. Okay. maybe that's helpful. We did have like a really long conversation. I was like all over the place, and now we're just like bringing it back together, which I feel like we did that good. Okay,
perfect.
All right. So thank you so much, Jessi, for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm just gonna say, I'm curious to what people think about this: toxins, chemicals, pesticides, organic versus not organic, or like conventional meat versus grass-fed, and all that. Do you feel like this is like overblown, like people make too big of a deal out of it, you can use any of that stuff, you're fine? Or do you think it's the opposite of that, and you feel like actually like we don't spend enough of our attention on these things, and it's actually really important, and we should be really focused on getting all this stuff out of our bodies? And do you feel, if you do those things, do you like, what are some things that you do specifically to either get toxins out of your body or like to prevent toxins from getting in there in the first place? Just curious to hear what other people are doing. I was like learning new things about that. I know like Jessi and I always talk about like new things that we're trying. Like, oh no, like what did you bring up the other day was the
tampons.
That or the water, I was thinking.
Yeah, the water.
The water with not the like alkalizing water bottle.
Yeah.
So like that's a cool thing. Like, oh, okay, like that's another thing like I just never thought about. So share in the comments if you do have like different detoxifying strategies or like products that you love to use. Curious to hear about it. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook. And thanks so much for watching.